Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a really good week this week. So this week what's popping and dropping is a cassette tape pop-up. This says love you like a mixtape. Who doesn't like a mixtape? I used to love making these mixtapes on cassettes for all my 60s, 70s, and 80s babies. Do you remember cassette tapes and the Walkmans? What I also did, so this could be personalized if you wanted, is did a QR code on here so we can add something to it. I did a song because I thought that would be fun. So isn't that cool? So we're going to be able to do a mixtape with a personal song to it. Or you could put a message, a picture, or whatever you wanted to do on the QR reader. And then of course on the back we have a place to write a message. And yeah, that's what we're going to be making this week. So why don't we go ahead and head over to Design Space and we'll get started on making this card. I'll see you there. Okay guys, now that we're in Design Space, this is the cassette tape we're going to be using to add on to our mechanism part. So if you want to go ahead and grab that, and we can go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do is go to Shapes. We're going to get a square. We're going to make that square 4 by 6. The X at 1 and the Y at 0. Then we're going to go to Shapes again. We're going to get another square. We're going to make that square 1 by 2.5. We're going to place the X at 0 and then the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to right click, duplicate. We're going to place this square at 5 and then the Y at 20.25. And then we should have something that looks like this. So then what we're going to do is grab it all and hit weld. And then we have this. Now I'm just going to make sure that we have the same measurements. It should be 6 by 6 for our cassette tape here. And then our X and our Y should be at 0. Now we're going to go to Shapes. We're going to get a score line. We're going to make that score line 4 inches long. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. We're going to put the X at 1 and the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to right click, duplicate. We're going to place the X at 1, excuse me, and then the Y at 2.75. Then we're going to duplicate it again. We're going to place the X at 1 and the Y at 3. Then duplicate it one more time, and we're going to place the X at 1 and the Y at 3.25. Then we're going to right click, duplicate it again. We're going to place the X at 1 and then the Y at 5.75. Then we're going to right click, duplicate for the score line. We're going to adjust that height to 2.5. We're going to put the X at 0.5 and the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to duplicate it. We're going to place the X at 0.75 and the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to duplicate it again. We're going to place the X at 1 and then the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to duplicate it again. We're going to place the X at 5 and then the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to duplicate it again. We're going to place the X at 5.25 and then we're going to place the Y at 0.25. Then we're going to right click, duplicate that score line again. We're going to place the X at 5.5 and then the Y at 0.25. Now, just for now, I want you to grab it all and group it together. And I just don't want anything to get messed up while we work on the other part. Now let's get our cassette tape. Let's right click, duplicate, and we're going to set one aside. Now with this guy here, what we're going to do is go up to the top where our layers is at and we're going to ungroup it. And then we can get rid of all of the lines. Then we just have this piece right here. Well, we don't want to put this on our box, so what we're going to do is go down to contour, and then we're going to hide everything, and then we're going to click back on this part here, and then I just want you to go click on all of your dots. Now we're going to have to make this piece separately because it won't cut it very nicely for it to turn out right. So after we've done that, let's close out of it, and we should have something that looks like this. I'm just going to change my color so you can see it. So it looks like this. Then what we're going to do is go back into contour, and then we're going to hide our square, this piece and this piece. And this is all we want to see right here. Okay? Now, I want you to right click and duplicate this again. And then on this piece, what I would like you to do is go down to contour, and we can hit hide all contours. Okay, so we're going to click on this piece and this piece. So we should only have this not highlighted and this piece not highlighted. And you should have something that looks like this. Okay? And then let's scoot him over for now. And then we're going to make sure our X and our Y is at 0 for this piece we just created. And then we're going to go to shapes and we're going to get a square. And we're going to make that square 0.486 by 0.417. We're going to position the X on 1.917 and then your Y on 0.958. Then we're going to grab them both and then go down to the bottom and hit slice. And then we can move this piece out of the way, get rid of it, and that piece, and this is the little piece we want right here. So we only need to keep one of these, so let's just get rid of one. Now let's go ahead and put this piece, our cassette tape, back on the X and Y, back on 0. And then we're going to go up and hit ungroup. Now for this piece, we are going to position the X at 1.055 and then the Y at 3.322. And it should look like this. Now yours might still look like this, but once we attach it, it'll change. Then we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to adjust it to 0.377 by 0.458. We're going to place the X at 2.996 and the Y at 4.194. Then we're going to highlight it and then highlight our circles by hitting the shift key and clicking on it, and then we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to hit attach. And now it should have changed all your things to where it looks like it's see-through. Then what we're going to do is right click, duplicate, then we're going to go up to the top and hit flip and flip vertical. And then for this piece that we just made, we're going to position the X at 1.055 and then the Y at 0.322. Then what we can do is grab it all and then go down to the bottom and hit attach. And we have our cassette tape. Now, what I did with this, I use vinyl, but you can use paper, is we want to right click, duplicate, because we want one for the front and the back. And then we need to, on one of them, go up and flip horizontal. Now, if you want to put the B in here, you go to font, find a B you like, change it to yellow, but you'll ungroup it and you'll take this piece and then you go down to contour, take the A out, and then you'll just put your B in here and then grab it both and then you're going to hit attach. Only other thing that we're going to need is our card base. I am using 4 pieces of pretty paper. They measure 6.25 by 5. And then my card base is 10.5 by 6.5. You're going to go to shapes. You're going to get a score line. You're going to make the score line 6.5 inches long. You're going to place it on your cards and you're going to grab them both and go up to the top and hit align center. And then it's going to center for you and then go down to the bottom and hit attach. These are all the basic pieces you're going to need to make this pop-up card. Don't forget to go up and name and save your project and then add any additional pieces that you would like to add. And then why don't we go ahead and get them cut out and then I'll meet you back at the craft table. I'll see you there. Okay guys, now that we're here at the table, why don't we go ahead and fold our card base and then put our pretty paper on. So let's go ahead and do that. And our card is going to be opening like this week. And now that we have the card base done, we can go ahead and work our little cassette tape player here. And the 2 ends are going to be mountain folds. And this one is going to be a valley, mountain, valley. So your sides are going to end up looking like this. So mountain, valley, mountain. Okay, and before I glue anything, I'm going to put my decorative pieces on top of my tape. So this is what mine is looking like done. If you want to put the personal song on here, what I used is SpeakPipe and QR Creator link to create that. I'm going to list that below, but I'm also going to add on there my pop-up cell phone. If you need more of a step-by-step, you can click that link below and it'll show you step-by-step how to create and make the QR reader. Now what we need to do is, let's snip my edges here. I like to do mine like this, so fold it, mountain fold, valley fold, mountain fold. Then you're just going to line this edge here up on this edge and adhere it down to the opposite side.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Now to put it on, you can use tape or glue, and you will just bump it up to your score line, put your tape or glue down, and go like that. On this side, tape or glue, and fold it forward. So I'm just gonna center it. And then after I put this glue on, I'm gonna go ahead and decorate the rest of them, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is what I came up with for my second card. It says, "You're my jam." And then we open it up, and we have a boom box here, and just did some music notes with the tape. I love how this turned out with the heart here, and some more music notes. That's the front and the back. And then on this side, we have just an outline of a boom box, and I did some headphones, music notes, and another cassette tape. And then of course, let's not forget on the inside about our QR reader. And then I can scan it. And then once we scan it, it's gonna bring up this message. And then I'm gonna hit play. And then I just added a song that I like to it. And that's it, guys. I just think this is so cute. Let me know what you think. I definitely think it brings back the 80s. Just a question, does anybody know what a house wears? A dress? Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for crafting with me. And don't forget to stop by next week to see what's popping and dropping. I'll see you then. Bye.